Hari Om. Hope and pray all of you are doing well. In today's Nuggets of Wisdom, I was reading through Gurudev's work on one of Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharyaji's Prakarana Granthas, and there, what I was reading, it reminded me of the conundrum that we as in Yuva Kendra, Chinmay Yuva Kendra, especially reading through self unfoldment in the last chapters, we come across, even in fact, when I was going through, I had the same experience that when we say that all karmas are born out of vasana, and as we perform karma unintelligently, it becomes more the reason for strengthening our vasanas. Thereby, the cycle of vasana leading to karma, karma leading to vasana, and if we become intelligent, intelligently question, for these sets of karma it was vasana, for those set of vasanas there was earlier karma. So if we go into the primordial, which one of them is the reason? Is it karma the cause of vasana, or is it the vasanas the cause of karma? We almost feel that we have nailed Vedanta down, that there is certainly a loophole in this logic. But then the answer lies in that which one of them is first is the wrong question. What is the source of both of these is a good question. So, in order to answer that, I came across this beautiful statement by Puja Gurudev. Ignorance is the root cause of all limitations that we experience. Our actions cannot destroy that ignorance because it is not in conflict with ignorance. I'll explain further as to when we come to that part of the quotation. It is knowledge alone that can destroy ignorance, just like light destroys darkness. The action, it is not in conflict with ignorance. So that part we will discuss in detail. Before that, the root cause for both karma and vasana is called avidya or ignorance. And that avidya or ignorance is the root cause of all our limitations that we go through. The mistaken identity of us thinking that we are this body, mind and intellect is because of non-apprehension of this true knowledge of our own nature, and thereby in that ignorance we tend to assume anything with close proximity which happens to be body, mind and intellect as our true nature, and that causes all limitations. All human effort, wherever whoever is performing, is for gaining a definite amount of joy or happiness. Along with that joy and happiness as the ultimate goal, we are also seeking a certain amount of security, certain amount of peace of mind, certain amount of security that we are seeking. Can the actions that we perform provide that? Both actions and vasanas are born out of ignorance. It is the mother of these two, and the effect cannot destroy the cause. Then how does one destroy? It is only through knowledge. Jnanat evatu kaivalyam. The implication of this is certainly very deep. Even in the shloka in Bhagavad Gita, the 66th shloka, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूः मा ते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. So in that particular shloka where it says actions we must perform, but the purpose for which we all perform actions, it is to find that joy, happiness, and through that joy and happiness a certain amount of contentment, peace of mind, and a sense of security, that which we are aiming at. Not being able to find it, or that which we find ends up being temporary, thereby creating more insecurities, and not finding the joy which is permanent, we end up being in a very hopeless state. And the most positive thinkers, they still create a sense of hope around themselves, thereby creating a constant pattern that one day actions will deliver that which I am seeking. Actions are limited because actions are born from limitation. Actions lead to morphing, changes, and results, and these results are not permanent, these are temporary by nature. That which we are seeking is a sense of permanency. That which we are seeking is a sense of stability, and certainly we do not find it in this field of action. So we end up saying, let us remove the actions then. I will not perform. We don't have that choice either, because the surge of those vasanas compels us to work. All that the Bhagavad Gita shloka is saying, change the purpose as to why we are performing, thereby protecting ourselves from being disappointed. What are these actions then for? The actions, when performed intelligently, when performed selflessly and as a dedicated act to the highest altar, it becomes a cleansing agent to clean ourselves from within. The cleaner the mind, the stabler the mind. The stabler the mind, more at peace that it is. Such a peaceful mind is qualified for happiness. Because ashantasya kutah sukham. The mind which is constantly agitated cannot find happiness. So, going back, if ignorance is the root cause of all limitations and actions cannot destroy it, then how do I destroy it? It is only through the platform of knowledge. Now here, let us see the umbrella, the overarching umbrella of karma. The entire field of duties and responsibilities come under karma. The disciplined system of bhakti, invoking the higher in a pratima, in a murti, is also a karma. Performing japa is also a karma. The next point is even more tragic. Meditation is also karma. Yes, there are statements where we hear people that meditation is not a verb, it is a noun. Yes, I don't want to play with that jugglery of words, but there is a doer that is performing, meditating upon. The purpose of meditation or nididhyasana in the Vedanta Shastra, specifically the Advaita Vedanta, Nididhyasana, the purpose of it is to remove all erroneous habitual patterns, that which keep us bound in spite of the knowledge revealing our true nature. Therefore, when we perform or when we sit in that act of meditation, it is to remove these layers that drag us back to our sense of subtle attachments. So, if this is understood, then we will have to focus upon what is that one thing that will destroy ignorance. Avidya can be removed only by knowledge. Jnanat evatu kaivalyam. And one cannot attain or achieve this knowledge without satsanga. Binu satsanga vivek na hoi. Goswami Tulsidas ji says this in Ramcharitmanas. So the knowledge is only gained through Guru and Shastra, and both of this happen with the grace of Bhagavan. And when that Guru and Shastra happen in our life, hold on to them dearly, and the purpose of them being in our life, the blessings of it, is to understand that which is pointed as my true nature. Understanding and abiding in that true nature, knowing is being. And in that state of being, the entire ignorance layer gets wiped out. Just like the light removes darkness, however ancient that darkness may be. The moment the matchstick is lit, all that ignorance is, all that darkness is gone. So let us pray that we have that opportunity to have a satsanga with the Guru, and in that satsanga it becomes the sprouting platform for viveka, and with that viveka I aim to straighten up my thinking, remove all doubts of the mind, and come to ascertain what my true nature is. Understanding that, knowing that, is being that. And one example that can be taken is Karna gets an opportunity to be with Kunti Devi to ask, I hear you had an older son, because his search was to find his biological mother. And he is given a partial knowledge that Kunti Devi must know your identity. So please go ask her. So Kunti Devi says, yes, you are that one. Tattvam asi. Now by knowing, all his ignorance about his biological mother had been wiped out clean. And what he ends up doing after he gains the knowledge is a different story. But to that point, his ignorance is gone, and he now understands that he is that which he is searching. So in that sense, in that similar way, when the Guru Maharaj points to us that this is the nature of your true self, knowing and abiding in it alone destroys this ignorance. Hope that becomes our experience sooner than later. Hari Om. Until the next time.